What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Just drinking my little coconut water here. We're sitting down today to finally film my eyebrow tutorial. I've been promising this video for months and months now. I get a lot of questions about my little eyebrows that I draw on from scratch, but we're doing it. We're finally sitting down to do it today, so I'm excited to jump into this one. Got my little bowl of Cheetos here and my coconut milk, so I'm ready to just settle down. I'm filming actually like 3 videos back to back today, so bear with me if I get things confused or if I ramble on for a minute. My head is in a million different places, but I'm excited to jump into this tutorial. Let's just get into it. So if you guys kind of know my background and my story, I am a professional makeup artist here in Los Angeles, and I live with the autoimmune disease Alopecia Totalis. So I don't grow any hair on my head, hence the baldness, and I also don't grow any natural eyelashes or eyebrows. So makeup for me is really a creative expression and outlet to where I can really play with my femininity and add fun colors and shapes to kind of enhance my features. So that's what this channel is all about, and I'm really excited to bring the brow tutorial to you guys today because that is something I do on a daily basis, and I get a lot of requests through my social media about how to do these eyebrows. So let's jump right in. So I'm just taking my powder. This is the Conceal and Perfect powder from Milani. This is a great, just mattifying, affordable powder. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my brush and just pat this right over the area that we're going to be drawing on our eyebrows. Next, we're going to go ahead and measure out the area that we want to draw on. And for this, I like to take my brow blade from Urban Decay. This one is in the shade Cool Cookie, which is a nice kind of cool tone ash brown color. And this is really the best brow product out there, in my opinion, for lots of different needs because it's double-sided. On one end, you have a little brow pencil here. So this can actually draw in the fine lines to mimic natural real hairs, or you can use this pencil to kind of just map out the initial shape, and that's what I like to use it for. Then on the other side here, you have this really, really fine tip little pen, and this is actually a waterproof pen, so it leaves these gorgeous like thin little lines, so you can actually use that to draw on brow hairs. I also like to use this side to dot on some faux freckles. So just all around, this product is really, really awesome. I highly recommend it for brows. So right off the bat, the thing that we want to really focus on is drawing on the proper shape. So I'm just going to start measuring by going right along my nostril here and draw a straight line upwards and draw a little mark here, and that's where my eyebrow is going to begin. We'll do the same on the other side. So for the next step, we're going to take the tip of the nose straight. If we drew a straight line through the iris of the eye straight upwards, and that's going to be where the arc of your brow is going to be. We'll draw our little mark there. And then the final mark is going to be the side of the nose, right here at the side, and then up past the end of the eye, and that's going to be where our brow is going to end, the tail of the brow. So now that we have those dots to kind of guide us, we're going to just connect those lines with our little brow pencil. And again, it doesn't need to be precise, we're just giving ourselves a shape to follow here. So it's okay for this to look crazy in the beginning. So for people like me who don't have any eyebrows whatsoever to kind of follow and to perfect the shape of, we have nothing to work with, this is a really good tip to kind of get that shape down so that you can go in and alter things like the fluffiness or the thickness, things like that. You can always go in and add those things, but now we just have a great shape to work with. Personally, for me, I like the front of my brow to be a little bit thicker, so I'm actually just gonna fill that in. Hi, honey.
Yeah, oh my god! Is that going on? Whoops. I was coming to surprise you and give you a goddamn kiss on the head.
Unbelievable.
I didn't mean to knock it over. Whoops!
Okay, so we've just added our shape with the brow blade from Urban Decay. I'm gonna go back through now with my powder brush and just dip straight back into that same powder. And I'm just gonna go over this pencil with a very light layer of powder. This is just gonna lock this in place and keep it from moving throughout the day. Okay, so next I wanted to show you guys my favorite holy grail brow brush. This thing is a game changer. I literally have like 3 extras just sitting here in my little pencil cups because if I lost this, I would be totally screwed. This is the Anastasia 7B brush. So the reason I love this is you can see it is so thin and precise. This is what I use to basically achieve those really thin hair-like strokes for a fluffy brow. So that for me is my favorite type of brow. I also love this because if you do have natural brow hairs, this has a spoolie on the other side, so you can go ahead and just use it as essentially an eraser and correct any little things that you went on too harsh with, or use it to brush out your brow hairs if you have natural hairs. So I'm going in now with that 7B brush, and I'm taking my little iconic London brow cushion. This is another one of my favorite eyebrow products. This opens up and you have a little cushion here with some brow product. Typically it's a lighter side and a darker side. I've had this one so long that they kind of have become one in there. But I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of that product on my brush. I'm just going to start in the front of the brow and just really lightly, with a very light pressure, flick on some brow hair strokes here. I used to do these brows by starting actually in the middle of the eyebrow and working back, but I found that starting in the front helps me kind of gain that symmetric feel right away, and I can kind of feel for how much I need to add, how fluffy I want to go. So I do actually like to start in the front. And notice I'm drawing these hair strokes on in the way that the natural hair would grow. So it kind of angles from going straight up to then turning and curving with the eyebrow, so that the hair, you know, the hair doesn't always just go straight up. It kind of grows it up and out. Cheeto break. So again, don't be too worried about making these absolutely perfect. We are going to go back in and conceal underneath the eyebrow. So if you go out of line here, it's totally okay. We're going to clean that up in the end. Okay, so now that we've drawn those initial hair strokes on, we're going to finish up with this guy and move on to our little pomades here. So pomades are amazing to work with because they last a long time and they're very pigmented. So these are a great option if you're drawing on more of a prominent brow or a defined brow. Really great to work with, and I'm going to use the same exact brush, my 7B from Anastasia. And I'm going to go in now with this dark brown pomade from KVD Vegan Beauty. And this, for me, is just a really great color to go ahead and add in more dimension to the eyebrows. Another great product, if you don't feel like spending $20 on one little pot of brow product, you can go ahead and pick up this e.l.f. product. This is a brow pomade that is very similar to the KVD vegan ones. This is in the shade light brown, so it's a little bit different color, a little bit of a different color, but these are both really long lasting and both great products, just depending on what you're looking for and what your budget is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just take a very small amount of product on the back of my hand here. I'm just dipping that out with the brush, and I always like to work off of the back of my hand because I am not overusing the product. I'm using just what I've taken out. And I'm just gonna go ahead and repeat the same process, but with less product. So instead of filling in all the lines, I'm just gonna use this darker color now to go in and add dimension throughout the eyebrow. And this step, in my opinion, is what adds dimension and depth to the eyebrow, and it also adds a bit more darkness too. So you wanna make sure not to go too hard with this color since it is quite deeper than the first one we went in with. All right, so now that we have the shape of the brows where we want it, we're gonna go in with two new products here. So I'm taking a flat little packing brush. This could be for eyeshadow or concealer, whatever is small and precise here. So we're gonna use this to go ahead and go clean up underneath the eyebrows and kind of just tighten them up a little bit. So I'm taking my Born This Way sculpting concealer from Too Faced, and I'm just adding 2 or 3 little drops of that on the back of my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and work that into the brush. And then we're gonna look down into our mirrors and just clean up this line underneath. Again, I don't have a lot of product on my brush here. I'm just adding just enough so that it'll clean up the line right underneath the eyebrow. Without dipping in again and just using whatever's left on this brush, I'm going to just really gently run this along the top of my eyebrow, cleaning up whatever fuzzy lines or imperfections we have there. Again, with just the tiniest amount of product. I'm not adding any more concealer, and I'm just using the lightest, gentlest pressure. Nice. All right, you guys, there we have it. My eyebrows are on. I feel a lot more balanced out with eyebrows and just a little bit more normal. Because all of my eyebrows fell out when I lost my hair to alopecia, this has been something I've been perfecting and changing and evolving with over the years. So I hope these tips were useful and helpful for you guys, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe below and let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all. I'm always happy to answer any questions. And follow me on Instagram too. I do little tutorials like this all the time. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video.